baby!
Oh my God, they're raping Roman!
Oh, wow.
And they're just flogging him.
Oh, power slam.
This is my yard now.
Welcome to Wrestling's High Marks, the highest podcast ever.
I've got one question for everybody here tonight.
You got a joint?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Alright. I'm gonna get you high today.
Awesome!
My grandma drank all my pot.
Oh no! I'm pregnant! Oh no! No way, man.
Alright, predictions.
Wait. Wrestling's High Marks, episode 22. This is our Hell in a Cell preview and recap spectacular. Here we go.
Yeah, it's currently 7:05 Eastern Time, but we're still in the middle of the pre-show. We haven't caught up, so...
Only 1 hour until Monday Nitro comes on.
Yeah, we don't know any of the matches yet. We'll be fast-forwarding and catching up and watching live soon, but we wanted to record this first. So,
Eric
first...
Bischoff and Tony Schiavone.
And 1 hour ago, the 605 podcast dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway, these are in no specific order.
Right.
This shows how they come up. Let's start off SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. New Day versus Rusev Day. I didn't realize it was Day versus Day.
Yeah.
Where's Batman?
I wonder how long they've been planning this fucking diabolical scheme.
I think they gotta put it on the New Day. Or not put on the New Day. Keep it on the New Day. I don't see them giving it to Rusev and AJ.
Oh.
Michelle fucking ready. Yeah, I
So
know.
that just happens to be...
Oh, yeah.
We better hurry. Okay.
Here comes the New Day.
Okay, New Day. New Day for me.
I'm going to go with Rusev Day, and I think they're not going to hold the titles long, and I think it'll be a lame-ass way
I think...
to give Rusev a championship, and the crowd can cheer, and they can come out a couple times with Aiden English doing his Rusev Day, and the crowd can pop, and then they lose him in a couple
I
days.
still don't see it. If anything, I think this is a way where they fucking break up Rusev and Aiden English finally.
Fuck, that'd be... Okay, now I want that to happen. But I've made my prediction.
Yeah. Moving on, SmackDown Tag Team
You
Division
chose
is garbage.
New Day in a very
It's not-
energetic manner. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not happy with the SmackDown Tag Team Division, but it's nowhere near the dumpster fire of Raw's Tag Team Championship Division. Speaking of,
Correct.
Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. Who's pissed about this match just because Seth Rollins isn't defending the IC title match?
Yeah, well, that's the reason I'm choosing Ziggler and McIntyre, because, I mean, why would Rollins and Ambrose win when Rollins is already IC champion?
Why the fuck wouldn't the Shield have all the gold, though?
That's why I'm gonna choose the Shield, because of Ambrose doesn't have a title. And they love the shit out of the Shield.
I'm still sticking with mine, but that's making me maybe kind of doubt myself a little
Yeah,
bit.
I'm gonna go with Rollins and Ambrose as well, just because...
I'm going to be wrong as fuck. I'm glad I really thought out my opinions this week.
No, you thought it out from a fucking fan standpoint, not a Vince McMahon standpoint.
That's alright. I nailed everything on last week's show.
Yep. You were dead on last week, 100%.
And I was the opposite. I got everything totally wrong.
I was 12 out of 12.
I was 0 for 12.
Oh.
Because all my choices
Go me.
were Roman Reigns.
So, the next match I don't even really want to talk about. Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus The Miz and Maurice in the
I think
battle
we're going
of
to
the
have
fucking...
additional conflicting opinions here. I'm going first. Daniel and Brie. And I don't...
I think it's going to be Daniel and Brie.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be different then, and I'm going to say that Maurice is going to take out everybody, even her husband. Maurice for the win.
I feel like they're not going to let Brie look weak until at least like after this Evolution nonsense is over. It's a big deal.
So what you're saying is she doesn't get a tag at all this match?
Go! No, she just isn't going to try a suicide dive.
No suicide dive. The aptly named suicide dive where she failed both at the dive and even more importantly, the suicide. Thanks, Burbs.
Shout out to Burbs. And Suplex.
Burbs is the man.
Alright,
Well,
next
what's
we
next on
have
this abortion?
Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton.
Where's that?
It's a Hell in a Cell
Oh,
match.
I don't need notes for this one. We've already talked about it.
Does Jeff Hardy kill himself?
Does Jeff Hardy retire?
There's all kinds of ways this could go. He could kill himself. He could retire. He could take some time off to nurse some injuries. Like, I've heard he's got shows planned after this, but with Matt Hardy retiring last night, I have questions about it, you know? Like, just because he's under contract and he's been scheduled for shit doesn't mean he's going to take some time off for injury and ultimately just not come back from it.
I'm going to go along with the internet. I'm going to agree with the internet as a whole that Jeff Hardy is going to probably try some crazy high-risk maneuver from, like, way high up or what the hell ever, but Orton's going to land it into an RKO, and that'll be the win.
Oh, yeah, that's a possibility, too.
I actually wrote that down. That's my thing. I agree
wow.
with the vast majority of Twitter and whoever else that's probably going to happen.
Man, I initially was going to go with Jeff, but after hearing that, the amazing thing, I think, in my head was seeing Jeff Hardy trying to do something like a swanton off the top of the cage.
Into an RKO.
And, yes, out of nowhere, he's laying down, and all of a sudden, Randy Orton's up and quick does the RKO.
It'd be like a reverse RKO because he'd be landing on the back of his head instead of his face.
And it wraps up nicely because then Hardy can be a dead man. He can have some time off. It puts Orton over, who just came back, and they're trying to do something with him.
Plus, they kind of
it adds up for me, kind of.
Well, the thing I like about it, too, if Orton goes over and Hardy disappears, is it kind of kicks that fucking legend killer thing back into play for Orton.
It sure does.
So, yeah, I'm going to go with Randy Orton myself, too.
Cool.
I think we're all going Randy Orton. All right, Raw Women's Championship, Ronda Rousey beats Alexa Bliss. Moving on.
Yeah, exactly.
Does
Done.
anybody
Fucking
think...
shit.
I just
Said,
wrote
anybody think
Ronda
this
can't
is
lose
less
right
than
now.
squash?
Moving on.
Yeah. Didn't think anybody would disagree.
Nah.
SmackDown Women's Championship. We got Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch in one of the two matches I'm actually looking forward to tonight.
I think we will probably all have the same opinion here, but let's find out.
I want Becky to win.
Please be Becky.
I hope Becky wins.
I don't
Please
want to
be
have to
Becky.
use our mem again.
Not going to be Becky.
I don't want to have to use the Becky mem again. I'm so afraid of that. Because Becky, other than Nikki Cross, is my favorite women's wrestler
Yeah,
on the WWE roster.
it's like the only match I would call, like, kind of hard to call, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's just, you know, it's the WWE thing to do to just put Charlotte over.
So,
because she's
I did
fucking
hear a
Charlotte
rumor
fucking
that
Flair.
they're scheduled to have another championship bout, which almost makes me go, that rumor, even though we know rumors can be totally false sometime.
I'm like, damn it, why couldn't her dad be Virgil?
Vince would have never put the belt on to begin with then.
Right. Oh, that's right, he don't like white people. Moving on. Well, he does if they dress up like African warriors and shit. Or if they...
That was a white guy,
Yourself
damn
after her
That-
fucking Jamaican name.
I don't care how many times do I have to discuss you with this, G-Wiz. Akeem was a white guy. He was
By
not
the
black.
beach, boy.
Yes, at the very least, you gotta marry a fucking Samoan like Naomi. Then you can get the belt.
Speaking of Akeem, hashtag Twin Towers, hashtag never forget.
And speaking of Samoan, next match. Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship.
Don't care.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right.
I say Samoa Joe should win, and AJ, the long-standing champion, should have to chase him because they haven't done nothing like that other than him just hold the belt forever now.
Yeah,
But they're not gonna. LOL. But that's what they should do.
No, I think they're gonna get. I personally think they're gonna give the belt to Joe tonight.
Well, if they do, I'll be impressed.
I'm looking forward.
But
to
they
this
got to
match.
keep them still going at it, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay,
this
well, then-
feud has to keep going, but
Well,
Joe has to.
I'm
keep
choosing
going.
AJ, but I want to be wrong on that one.
Well, like I always say, until AJ proves me wrong, I have to go with AJ.
Man, 2-1 there, homie. You're probably right because that's how that would go.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm wrong. I really want Samoa Joe to win, and
What's fucking left
I
here?
don't know, I kind of think he
Oh.
will, but at the same time,
I want to
totally see
introduce
him.
this last one because
Got diarrhea.
it's Roman Strowman.
Roman Strowman.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Roman is going to pick up the
That's
win, I
just
think, because it's
nasty.
too early for him to lose. I'm also worried this is going to be
There's
a
nothing
shit
good
match
about
because it's
that.
kind of two guys that can't really work that well.
Well, I think the determining factor here is what do they do? How are they going to use Mick Foley? He's not just their referee. He's getting involved in some way, and how is he
I
getting
didn't
involved?
take that in consideration, but I still think
Well, I feel like
Roman.
that because of that segment that there was with Strowman and, or was it one of the other guys like Drew or
Yeah, he wasn't down there with Strowman.
whatever
He was talking
that
to,
was
Big and
talking
wet.
trash and everything, and he was getting, oh, it was Elias of all people.
Yeah. So,
That was pretty awesome just now.
But
nicely done, Rusev
Anyways.
and Kofi.
big, I can't say his name. Well, he wins. Not Strowman. Not Strowman wins. I'm not saying his fucking
he's
name.
like Voldemort and shit. Shall not speak his name.
The fucking
He
wrestler
whose
that
name
shall not be named.
spoken. You can't say the big dog or else fucking Burbs' dog will attack him.
And then he's got to get another tetanus shot. that
Fucking
poor
another
bastard.
tetanus.
All right.
So, yeah, we all think Roman's going to win this. Like, I
No,
can't
it
figure out...
shouldn't. It's gonna fuck Braun up even more. They've ruined that guy.
Oh, yeah, they're
they
gonna continue
ruin
to.
everybody.
Well, yeah, you got to feed him to the fucking never content or full fucking machine that is Roman Reigns.
But they don't ruin everybody.
Thank God
I
we didn't
think
say big
Asuka
dog.
and Shinsuke would disagree with you there.
If they could speak
Yeah.
English, they probably would.
Asuka and Shinsuke definitely good excuses or good examples of not being ruined. How to not ruin a superstar that's not from America.
I mean, it's a recent development, though, because they used the Big Show to his utmost potential, that's for sure. Wait a minute.
Okay, so I'm
Isn't he
confused.
just designated for like special events?
That's what he's talking about, I think.
No, I mean, like,
Just
he
to
was the
just
hugest
wait?
guy ever,
Oh,
and they
okay.
didn't use him anything.
Well, yeah, like,
they
the
used
last
Andre
one was
the
Larry
Giant
was a
as being,
fucking-
like, an invincible dude. He was kind of like a giant clowny guy
Yeah.
all the time.
It's
And
vile.
God, they could have
Oh,
made him the
we
biggest
thought-
star ever.
Well, now they got him doing
no
the show
pun
with
in
the
fucking
kids.
intended. They blew it.
That's
with
the
him.
only time I've seen him lately is, okay, here's the cancer kids. Come out here and wave.
That's what I was just about to get
Introduce
to.
them.
Didn't they just do that shit on Monday, and they refer to those kids as like the superstars of tomorrow? I'm like, whoa!
When was
That's-
the last time you
There you
saw
go,
a Big
make it
Show?
Like,
before
literally
that?
tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, they're not gonna be old enough to make it a superstar. What
So
the
where
fuck?
did you see
We're having a
before
cancer
that?
match this weekend.
Yeah, no shit.
Speaking of that, the
Winner takes all meds.
whole pink ribbon breast cancer thing. That was the
2
last
out of
time
3
Big Show was out
collapses.
there.
Loser has to leave ICU.
Loser gets unplugged.
Oh, we're terrible.
Big Show, you are now our cancer sponsor. Whenever we have anything
It's
that
okay,
deals
I'll
with
cut all this
cancer,
Sell the
you're
kids.
our man.
Sell them, damn it.
I'm glad that's cash. We don't need any more.
Yeah, I think we're good for a little bit.
Let's call that our introductory segment here. Now let's watch this piece of shit and see what goes
All right,
on.
yeah. I'm about to fast forward through the rest of this shit.
Oh!
Win.
That was actually a pretty good bump.
Was that it? 1, 2. Oh.
All right, let's get ready for fucking Hell in a T-Cell. All right, what a pay-per-view, am I right, folks? Woo!
Well, it wasn't
Well,
as terrible
if
as I
maybe
thought.
they
I mean,
put it
I
backwards.
didn't watch the last hour. I'm gonna have to catch up on that later. But what a great pay-per-view, am I right?
The last hour. You had to fucking cut out sooner than that.
God damn it, I'm gonna have to re-record all this now because I thought I was clever. Okay,
The last hour and a half.
so I chose Rusev Day to pull this one out with my whole conspiracy theory about giving Rusev championship, kinda. But
No,
it didn't work out like that. I'm willing to admit when I'm wrong. I mean, what, twice a year I got to do it? Big deal.
You should have heard him afterwards. I was like, yeah, you think they're going to let New Day drop the fucking belts after they just beat the Invincible Hammer Brothers after them having the belt forever?
I was really,
God damn it!
I was really pissed that I didn't take that in consideration. There's no doubt.
Yep.
Because of course not, after how they made him look virtually invincible for that long, and then they finally lose, they're going to give the belts up immediately.
Yeah, like New Day finally beats them. Like, oh my god, they were bad enough to beat them, but then they suddenly get their ass beat by Ruth.
Yeah, when you said that, I realized my pick was wrong, and that it was a waste of effort. And then I looked too hard, or I thought I put a lot of thought into it, but I didn't put all the thought into it.
The problem is you were thinking.
Next match surprised the hell out of me.
Fuck yeah.
Orton and
Thought this was going to be one of the weaker matches,
It was the
but
best
it
of the night.
was, yeah, probably the best of the night.
Well,
No, it
Randy
was the
Orton
best of
getting
night,
fucking
I
all
think.
gashed up.
Yeah, Randy Orton.
That was some
nasty
stiff shit.
bumps. And how about Randy Orton saving Jeff Hardy's fucking life?
How about
Goddamn, almost botched superplex.
How about oh yeah.
Orton fucking muscled his ass up and took that run of it.
Jeff Hardy almost losing his pants. The whole rest of the match was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
How many
In the back,
pieces
like,
his
God
belt
damn it.
ended up at the end of the match?
That fucking crazy ass ladder spot where like Jeff Hardy was laying between the ladder and the cross members were cutting his shoulders and shit.
Yep.
That was pretty nutty.
That fucking whole match was brutal. I loved it.
And then
The screwdriver to the ear hole.
I didn't make a note of that. Thanks for reminding me. That's some creepy shit.
See,
I had to
guys,
look
what the
away.
fuck?
I
I know,
have
right?
to admit it.
Yeah, you two are out here looking grossed out as fuck. I was in the other room getting his medicine.
Yeah, it worked out great for you. I was out here taking my medicine, having to watch that shit.
Got some more medicine right now.
So Randy hits Jeff with his broken belt, which was awesome. But then Jeff decides to return the favor, but he's got two halves of a broken belt because when Randy hit him with it, it broke in half again. And he whacked him with the stud part, and I'm sure we all seen the amazing gashes all over his fucking
Dude,
back.
it was like every stud left a fucking hole in his back.
So
Fucking
who
incredible.
had 4 pieces at the end? The belt? You had 4 pieces? Who got 4?
Yeah, possibly.
I picked
I think
three.
it broke the fucking button on Jeff's pants too.
Oh, I think I picked 5. So I think Cheez Man got a whip 4. I think Cheez Man was right on with that.
And then to top it all off, Jeff lays a chair across Randy and does a stiff ton onto it, which gashed his fucking leg open. So
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
broke
man,
the fucking bar on the bottom of the chair and it went right into Randy's leg. I'm like, oh shit.
Randy did a
And me and G
yeoman's
Whiz
job of hanging
go,
in there and being a beast.
oh my god.
That's the only
See,
match I need to
fucking
look
piece
for.
of skin
Nothing else
hanging
stood
off
out.
of him. His leg just had this.
A big hunk of skin hanging off. It was great.
Dude, that was fucking
It looked
brutal.
like some like raw chicken or something. It was fucking sweet.
It was a great fucking
I mean, it
match.
wasn't sweet, but
I did not see that
it was
coming.
epic. You know what I mean?
It was fucking great.
I ain't happy the dude got hurt.
Jeff Hardy lived.
But I think the biggest thing was the ending to this match and how the crowd was as confused as we were. And was Randy actually supposed to get the pin like that?
Yeah, it was like a weird, uncomfortable, weird ending, and everybody like dead silence. The crowd, it was like they just watched Owen Hart match or something.
Right. It's reminiscent. Getting Blue Blazer flashbacks and shit.
Okay,
Pulled out too early.
let's see if I can remember which one came next just by looking. Probably Charlotte and
Oh, well, but the match ends
Becky.
with Jeff Hardy
Oh, yeah,
face
sorry.
planting into a table, smashing through it, the ref calling out for help, and Orton basically demanding the ref count the pin, which he eventually did.
I'm
Which I
still
thought he
wonder-
should have, too.
I'm still wondering if Randy was supposed to stay on the table and he was just like, fuck you for fucking me up
He
so
is
bad, you
known
fucking
for
hack.
losing his temper, and Jeff was fucking bumping him hard the whole night, so
Right.
there could have been some fuckery in there. Who knows? But yeah, on to the next match, which was
Charlotte and
Charlotte and Becky.
Maybe. All right. Fuck it. Miz and Mrs. versus Daniel Bryan and Brie.
Yeah, fuck it, we'll go. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go.
Let's not
in the
get
order I
all
got
the
it
good ones
written
out of the way first. You're right. Let's throw some
That
garbage
too.
in there. So garbage. Miz and Mrs. versus Daniel and Brie.
Yeah, I chose Daniel and Brie to win for some another wacky conspiracy theory, and I was wrong again.
Did I not call that Maurice was just gonna show up everybody and
Boy, you nailed that one.
just,
Anyway, the match was a total douchey piece of shit.
Yeah, the whole tag.
Virtually unwatchable.
Like, they wasted so much time with that shit.
but that amazing ending. You guys gotta give it that.
What a sequence of moves!
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
How
I had
could
put
you?
that out of my mind already.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Shit, yeah, that terrible sequence that wound up in a pin, a weak pin that Brie couldn't kick out of.
All right.
Wow.
Rollins Ambrose versus Zigmac.
Zigmac.
I got to throw it in there. You like that?
That's trademarked.
I called Zigmac for the win for no reason other than Rollins is Intercontinental Champion, and I don't see him holding 2 belts. And whether or not that's the reason, don't matter. I was correct.
Yeah, you were right. And
I was happy to be wrong on this one.
wasn't a great match.
No.
Wasn't
It was
bad,
a long match, but it wasn't great.
Wasn't a bad match, but yeah, it was too long.
Wait, no, it's you.
And
Am I
they
stupid?
weren't fucking. They weren't putting into it what they should have been.
It
So,
wasn't
like, they were holding
inspired.
back.
It was just like they were kind of going through the
a
motions.
lot of fucking
With the wrestlers that you had in that match, you would have expected more.
The inverted Alabama slam that
Oh yeah. Drew just lightly set him down.
my God, it was like he was laying him down for bedtime. It was like he was putting his kid to bed. It was the most gentle slam I've ever seen. I cringed.
Yeah, that was not impressive in the slightest. But that fucking the way it ended though was kind of cool. The Claymore kick when he was fucking halfway into the
That was
Falcon
good.
Arrow,
Yeah.
which the Falcon Arrow just turned into a regular suplex because he just got kicked straight backwards. How about Drew fucking carrying Dolph's corpse out?
Yeah, I believe your comment was, if that isn't a metaphor for this tag team, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Somebody's getting zigzagged. I think it's gonna be Ziggler.
Yep. Drew, what are you doing? Leave my tights on. Stop it.
Up next is Ronda Rousey against Alexa Bliss.
Randy Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. Shout out to Burbs. Rousey for the win. She can't lose right now is what I said, and she didn't lose right now, and I don't think anyone thought she was gonna.
No, I don't think anybody thought that match was going to go as long as it did.
Yeah, it went longer than I expected / hoped.
I forgot about the whole thing on Raw where they were going to try to play it off with Rousey's ribs being fucked up, and that's the reason they kept it going. Credit to Alexa Bliss, though. She wasn't awful in this match. Like, I thought she actually did a decent job. The kicks to the fucking ribs, the knee drop, roll forward into the fucking backflip knees. That was a cool little sequence.
Yep.
And I like the little acting job she did in the faces that she was making, taunting.
That person,
Rousey.
that one bothers me. Not a fan of that one.
Okay, now we can get to Charlotte and Becky.
Yeah, Ronda wins our
Becky Balboa.
Oh yeah, and Alexa, after all that, started tapping that armbar before Ronda's ass even hit the mat.
Yeah, she was even kind of locked in.
That was dumb. Okay.
We all chose Please Be Becky, but probably gonna be Charlotte. At least I think so, right?
And we were all very happy.
Super happy to be wrong.
Yes.
I was high-fiving myself like, shitty pick, bro!
Yeah, fuck yeah!
You fucking suck at picking matches! So, yeah. Your champion is Becky Lynch. About fucking time.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good match.
And
Charlotte,
if you
a little
actually
sloppy.
watched this match, my one comment was being maybe they had Charlotte going over, but after seeing the match and how awful Charlotte did in the match, they were like, we're changing on the fly.
I'd say that's at least possible because the referee did have a little discussion going on with them while they were laying on the mat, acting like they did something to each other. Anyway,
One of our happiest moments of the.
couldn't be more pleased, really. I could not be more pleased. AJ and Joe.
Man, I don't know if I can actually, with what we saw, consider you getting it wrong if you pick Joe.
I picked Joe.
Well,
You guys both picked AJ.
I chose AJ because I was too lazy.
All right.
I'm just saying that
I wanted Joe to
what
win.
we saw
like I said, so you.
at the end, can you really... I guess it's
We'll see what happens
just
on
up in
Raw.
the air.
Yeah, we already. Well, we'll see what happens on SmackDown.
Or SmackDown. God damn it. Anyway.
We already seen the backstage thing where Joe was bitching at Paige and she's saying there's got to be a clear winner, so we already know there's another match coming.
Well, even though my list was out of order, the main event is in the right spot.
The AJ Joe match overall was a little disappointing. Like there was a lot of rest holds in there. It wasn't a bad match, but at the same time, it wasn't what I was hoping it would be. It was a little disappointing. And Joe,
It started good, like they were getting some offense in, and when they were out of the ring doing all that shit, it was all good. But then, well, like I said, it went into like rest hold time.
yep.
It's like, okay, who can do a longer
Then,
armbar?
of course, we get the fuck finish where Joe's got
This is
the
still
cocaine
going
clutch
on?
on, and
What the hell?
AJ rolls back into the pin, but after the 2 count, AJ clearly taps before the 3 count. So yeah, there's the fuckery. AJ gets the win because the ref didn't see the tap, but Joe felt the tap and immediately was bitching about it. Corey Graves. Joe runs over. Corey Graves. Yeah, I think I've seen that too, Joe.
I think I've seen that, Joe.
Yeah. Immediately bitched out.
That was awesome.
Just had to throw that one out there because that was fucking hilarious. Alright, now on to the main event, which was
Roman Strowman.
Roman Strowman and
Strowman Reigns.
Roman Strowman and Zigmac and fucking Dean and Ambrose and fucking Mick
The
Foley
Lollipop Guild?
and Paul Heyman and fucking Brock Lesnar.
The Cowardly Lion,
And
the Tin Man.
No, it was not a battle royal. Believe it or not, this was a singles match.
Right, 1-on-fucking-1. What's going on?
Yeah, well, I was worried it would be a bad match between two guys that can't do dick, and it kind of wasn't until all the weird interference shit happened.
And even then, that was just kind of distracting. I wouldn't say it was so much bad. It was just fucking kind of weird.
Your main event, and these guys on the outside of the cage are all of a sudden
they
what the
take over
cameras
for-
are following instead of the actual match.
Yeah, so the actual match was alright. They did right what they should have. Like it wasn't. They didn't try to wrestle.
It was like there was this real uncomfortable, like 5 or 6 minutes where there's all that crap happening on top of the cage, and you're like, okay, so what you're telling me is that Roman and Strowman are just laying in the ring for 6 minutes while we keep watching these guys on top of the cage. Lame. Bad planning.
There was a couple of times where like, what's going on in the fucking ring?
Remember the match that we used to be watching before this weird shit exploded on top of the cage?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think they handled that right. They could have like cut back and forth or something.
They did the same thing with Dean and fucking McIntyre though. They both clotheslined each other on top of the cage, and that was it. You've never seen them again. Because apparently they were knocked unconscious from fucking double clotheslines.
They're
on the cage.
dead.
Yeah.
They're fucking dead.
And fucking Seth and Ziggler take pretty bad fucking dives into the tables from halfway up the cell.
Speaking of pretty bad, I have to jump back 9 matches, but hey, Daniel Bryan and Miz, don't try that Hurricane Rana thing anymore. Jesus.
You don't do that anymore.
Dylan. So I think we all chose Roman, am I right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter because there was no
It
clear
was a
winner or
fuck
loser.
finish. It was a throw-out match because, for some goddamn reason, Brock Lesnar comes out
I'm so glad to see him.
and he kicks the cage
Does
door
anybody
off,
have
and
a
Paul
handgun
Heyman-
and 1 round of ammunition I could borrow for just a minute?
Yeah. Why did Paul Heyman mace Mick Foley? What was Mick Foley gonna do? Was Mick Foley going to stop Brock Lesnar, so you had to incapacitate him by macing him?
I like that question also because nothing else became of it.
Yeah. And
That was the end of that.
Brock Lesnar proceeds to kick the fucking door off. Like, okay.
Like, what if after the macing and after the beatdown, Roman had rolled over and laid an arm across Strowman,
Even then,
but the referee's not there to do the 1, 2, 3 count because he's blind.
But
Then it would have made more sense.
But at this point, all the outside referees, because there was like fucking 4 of them, could get in there and make the goddamn count instead of getting in there and stopping the fucking match.
that's
They didn't even check
reinforcing
him.
how stupid it was.
He just walked in there, looked at him, was like,
You're kind of backing me up on this in your own way.
yeah, like he walks in, he looks at him, he doesn't even get down and talk to him or check him. He just looks at him. Oh, match over, get over, ring the bell.
Damn it, I told you I'm not going to say
What was
his
the
name.
bell?
I just meant they could have took advantage of the mace thing in some way to make it make sense,
Yeah,
and it just didn't add up.
no.
Like, why did you do that?
But yeah, I poked
What,
the, yeah,
was
I
Mick
immediately
really going to
poked
do
the hole
anything
in
to
that
Brock
thing.
Lesnar to stop him? Are you kidding me? I mean, come on.
I just didn't like how the ref comes in, immediately calls it off.
No, I don't
Doesn't
either.
talk to anybody, doesn't get down, just stands there and looks at him.
I didn't like how there was never a bell. Like, I don't know if it was if it was on one of the tables that got destroyed or what, but the bell didn't ever
So
ring.
that wouldn't make fucking sense. Right, so.
The referee was in the ring calling for the bell, waving his arms multiple times,
Yeah.
and there was never no bell. So.
Just silence.
Hey, Tommy, I ain't hit no bell.
One more round.
One more round. That's
And
right.
what was with the fucking crowd getting excited for Brock Lesnar and chanting Suplex City and shit?
He was the most over guy in that match.
You guys just
What
fucking
the
hated
fuck?
him. Yeah, and like you just said, he was the most over guy, so they've successfully killed Braun
Yeah.
Strowman while not advancing Roman at all.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well fucking done.
Could have said it better myself. I'm done with that.
And yeah, they immediately fucking throw up the copyright, and that's that. I mean,
I think we should do that too. Here's our copyright, and that's it.
overall, I'd give the fucking pay-per-view a B-. I won't give it a C, I'll give it a B-.
Well, I would give the first half like an A and the last half a D, so I guess that would probably add up to like B-, maybe C+. I don't know, I'd have to get a calculator, but I don't have one.
Let's go with math.
I'm gonna go C+. Just because of that last part, I just couldn't get past. So much crappy shit.
I would definitely want to give a shout out real quick to Suplex City Limits. Check out their podcast.
If you haven't already.
Yep.
Yeah, they were kind enough to mention us on their show. That was really cool, and it's a cool show, and if you don't already listen to it, it would be worth giving it a shot. I assure
There
you.
are some fellow stoners who also get fucking baked while doing the show, as we do.
And that Burbs guy is fucking hilarious.
Oh my good God, are you kidding me?
Shout out to MC Burbs. Shout out to Falcon Wrestling. Seen that one. He's seen the cool
Yeah, he did have a couple of nice comments there for me, and he laughed at one of my terrible jokes, which no one should ever do. So.
Yeah, and I told him not to encourage you.
Mike Shue. Hi, Mike Shue. I'm going to tag you. You better listen to this and say, hey, you mentioned me, because if you say, hey, man, I checked it out, and you don't say, it's cool that you mentioned me, I'll know you're lying!
Yeah, you're a fucking liar!
Fucking filthy. Anyway,
If you haven't checked out our memes, head on over to Twitter. You can find us at the High Marks.
or Facebook, at the High Marks. And on Instagram, it's Wrestling's High Marks, but
Either way, head on over, check them out.
we
got like
are called
30 of
that,
them.
so I guess.
Some of them got some love, some of them not so much.
Well, we sure know how to fucking crash this plane in the ground, don't we? All right, thank you for listening to episode 22.
Yep.
That's why they call me
Wrestling's
Launchpad.
McQuack. I have been your low energy host, G. Whiz Willoughby. The man to my right is
Cheez, man.
he was your medium energy host, and the man to my left is
Mojo.
Mojo was your high energy host, and what I mean by that is he was really high.
In that case, we're all high energy. Yep.
If there's nothing else, gentlemen. Damn it.
Whenever God makes terrible things happen, everyone says he works in mysterious ways. But when I make terrible things happen, I'm just a dick.
I have a comeback in the bank. Know what I'm saying? All that's getting cut out. 'Cause no one
Come
needs to
back
know
in the
that.
sperm bank.
That's right. I got cum all over my back. Wait, what now?
At the sperm bank.
All right. This is
Not how you're
not.
supposed to
And
do it.
Cheese Man's just talking about sperm bank because of that's the first thing that comes to mind whenever he sees Alexa Bliss.
Oh, god
Yeah.
damn it! That's got to be included now.
That's a burn on Alexa Bliss, though.
Good shit. a little Alexa Bliss heat.
Hope she's
Alright.
not the whore they claim her to be. What the fuck is she doing with her eyelashes, though? Holy shit.
She only closes her eyes if she's eating a spider.